Nasties. Yes. This is terrific. This is great. How's it going, everyone? I'm YouTube Trev. That is Zach Kubusch. We got Hernan. He's setting the show up. You think he's the front runner for best producer at ESC?
Yeah, he's in the top 5.
Why does he leave so quick?
He's in the top 5. He runs out of here. I've never seen the guy move so fast within the EST studios. But no, he does a great job behind the monitor and in front of the mic as well.
Yeah, I think he's probably the best producer that we have. And it's not even close. Zach, we're on the oil stream again.
We are. This is the second time.
That means that we didn't, we must have done a decent job if we're back. So that's good. That's good. How you been?
Yeah, well, I've been very good. Very well.
You're hosting?
Actually, yes.
Since the last time I saw you, you've hosted a few shows now?
I have, yeah. I'm a complete pro here in the industry now. You know, I got a few hours under my belt. I'm coming up with more ideas and everything. I'm trying to hijack the show more and more every time I'm producing. So, no, it's a good time. I always talk around the office, but now I'm talking more in front of the mic, which is really good.
Yeah, no, you did great, buddy. I didn't really get a chance to give you props, but
thank you.
Awesome, you crushed it.
Well, and I also didn't see you for a while. You were gone in Toronto.
I was.
Lots of people out and about. It's summertime. People are taking vacation, and especially during August, some people have some time off. So things are going to be shifted around a little bit. Some musical chairs, but it's going to be a great time. Like even Benny was on the Reed Wilkins show yesterday. He's going to be on today with Jay.
He's
good
doing
time
terrific as well.
Reed's back tomorrow, so it's always fun getting different people into the mix, and it's fun being here with you right now because usually you would be gone. You'd have your day wrapped up by then. I'd just be in the middle of my day, just getting into the nitty gritty of things. So
yeah. For those of you that don't know, I'm usually on the way out when Zach is kind of. Well, I guess we have a little bit of. I guess that's more so for Benny. I almost like during the winter, I never saw him because he was also doing pre and post and whatnot. But how's it going, Nasties? Hope you guys are having a lovely day. Looks like the smoke is clearing up a little bit. Weather seems to be. Yeah, it's holding up a little bit today. That's good, and it's looking pretty solid for the rest of the week. There he is, Benny, the top NHL player
bashful
in the world. That's who he is, man. It's so impressive. I'm still gonna play him one day. I'm gonna beat him.
Did you see his setup?
I'm
just gonna completely ignore what you said about beating him in NHL.
You know what a win would be for me is if he says, one goal, 2 goals. But if he says, okay, yeah, Trev's not bad. That's what I would take as a win.
Oh, getting the compliment?
Yeah, like if he's like, oh yeah, no, Trev knows what's up. He's pretty good. If he can say that I'm pretty good, that would make me feel really good because he is like one of the best to do it in the world, which is insane.
What if I said you were really good? It wouldn't mean as much?
Not quite as much.
Why do you hold his opinion in such high regard compared to mine? Do you think I'm lesser than him?
That's like if I went skating and I was on the ice with McDavid and he's like, yeah, you're pretty good. I'd be like, oh yeah, McDavid thinks I'm pretty good.
Right. Yeah, no, I know what
if I go skating with you and you're like, yeah, he's really, I'm like, it's Zach saying that though.
I'm just joking. Do you want me to cry on air, Trev? No, he that would be something and should be something that us three convene on because Benny has quite the setup. Did you see his 3-monitor setup?
No, I missed that.
We showed it during.
Missed that. I got to look at because there was a lot of texts that I saw in the morning today that were like, oh, he's never moving out of his parents' basement. It's unreal.
Well, I wouldn't either with that setup. Really? I mean, he's got the standing desk. I know in the producer area here when we're behind the monitors, behind the screens, clicking all the buttons on the 1s and 2s. We have quite the desk, but he has we have 3 monitors here, but his is set up. He's got one on the left side, one on the right, and one coming up through the middle post on top.
Vertical.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't stand straight up. They're all horizontal. They're all landscape.
What the heck? That's okay. I'm going to have to.
Phenomenal, Trevor.
That is phenomenal, Zachary. I love it. We got a great show, locked and loaded, coming your way this fine afternoon. This is the Oil Stream presented by Boston Pizza. We're also in the Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen studio. But for Boston Pizza, let me check this out. It is Wing Wednesday, so you already know what to do. Go stop on by any Boston Pizza, and you'll get half off wings. And not only that, buy 1 medium or large pizza, get the second 50% off. I know Dusty also emailed me, and he said, Trev, make sure you spread the word, get this out there. But Wednesday, Nasties, mark your calendars. Wednesday, July 29th, Dusty and myself, we will be on location at Clearview Boston Pizza for an Oil Stream patio show. Woo! Yeah, that's great.
That's a week from today.
That is, yes. And
mark it in your calendars. Yeah.
And here's hoping it's not windy there, Zach. or windy and rainy. Like I would.
Well, it is
thoroughly,
in Edmonton, Trev, as you usually say. It's not very windy. You come from Pincher Creek, which is the capital of wind, I think, in all of Canada.
Yes, it is.
One of the windiest places in the world.
No rain either. I want to be on the patio. I want to have a beer and I want to have some wings afterwards. And nasties, definitely go. Come show up. That would be great. I know Dusty said this the last few times, so I'm going to say it for him. If you show up, he will buy you a beer, and you heard it from me. So,
well, I might even show up.
Yeah,
well,
let's get as many nasties as possible. Again, that is Wednesday, July 29th. Lay out the show quickly. We'll talk some KDays. Zach's got some Marvel questions he wants to ask me. I'm just going to say this right now, nasties. We are officially in the dog days of summer. Like obviously we're going to try and talk Oilers. We're going to try as much as possible, but it's tough. It is a chore, man. Like I was falling asleep last night and I couldn't think of any Oilers. I'm like, like what do I talk about? What do I talk about? Thankfully, I woke up to a nice text from you when you thought of a really, really good idea. So most favorite Oilers moments in the last 10 years. We're going to hit that right off the hop here. Nasties, we want to hear from you. Send us a message in the nasty chat. Seriously, what is your most favorite? We're going to be doing our top three. So my top three, I'll go three, then you go three. 2, 2, 1.
And this is personal favorites, right? This isn't most impactful. Well, it can be, right? It can be various reasons. But to you, something that you remember the most, like the top moment when you think of, the Oilers after 2016 or like the 2016-17 season, let's say, right?
Yeah.
In the last 10 years / 10 seasons, it's just like when you think of your three top moments, what's the first three that comes to mind? And there's a few good ones on my list as well. I have one honorable mention.
Nice.
So did we want to count it down and start from 3, like a Watch Mojo on YouTube kind of list? You know that YouTube, Trev.
Of course.
Right? The Watch
Mojo?
Yeah, Watch
It's like
Mojo,
one of my favorite channels.
Really? Yeah, one of the most popular.
Yeah, it's got wicked. I know like 2016, 17 is kind of when they peaked. And that was when they were getting like 100 million views per video.
Oh, it was nuts to see it. I was always jealous. I'm like, this is stupid.
Yeah, I know. And that's kind of what I'm like, man, I could do this.
Yeah.
So that is, so that's pretty well the show we got for you. Just looking as well at the end of the program, we'll also be looking elsewhere around the league. We've got over under as well, presented by Play Alberta. Of course, all of Edmonton Sports Talk is brought to you by Play Alberta. So we'll get to that. And I just wanted to quickly apologize to the coup of Edmonton Sports Talk. I've kind of been just messing with him all day and I feel bad. And when he was on the lock shop, I was extremely unprofessional, and I'm not gonna lie, I do feel bad. I totally kicked a basketball and made a loud sound. It kind of scared me, and he's like, I was like 10 feet away from him. He's trying to do a show, and I just totally messed him up. Well, no, he was a professional about it. He just kept going, but he was like, what the heck? And then he sees me. He's like, Trev, God damn it, get over there. So,
well, I mean, play devil's advocate. Was he really that professional though? If it bothered him that much that he had to bring it up on air?
No, it was loud. Happening? If that was me, I would have been like, what the heck, Zach?
It was really loud.
Yeah.
We were having too much fun.
It scared me. The face I made immediately was, ugh.
Yeah.
And then I ran away and I'm like, oh gosh, Maddie's gonna, but he didn't. He was just, he kind of smirked at me and I said, sorry, but I wanted to say a deep, sincere apology to the coup of Edmonton Sports Talk. I love you, Maddie.
Oh, that's very kind. True.
And then we'll move on from there because also 2 years ago today was the ripoff at Remax.
Was it?
Yeah, so thank you for Surveyor Brett. We'll circle around to that at the end of the show. But nasties, let's keep the chats going in the nasty chat. We love to hear from all of you. Casino Dealer J, VR Montenegro, Penner's Pancakes, Riding the Pine. To all of you, Zach and I both ask, what are your favorite Oilers moments in the last decade? Okay, and as always, text us 780-218-9999. Again, 780-218-9999. We will get right into that right about, you're going to KDays, correct?
Yeah. Today after work, I'm going down to the Expo grounds. I think it's Northlands grounds or whatever the heck they call them.
Now?
I don't know. KDays.
KDays, yeah. So it's Klondike Days?
That is Klondike Days.
Confession?
Yeah, so it used to be called... They changed it up for 1 year. Capital X, I think they called it for a year or two, which kind of confused me. And then they circled back to KDays. So they had the full Klondike Days and things like that. It is festival season at Edmonton. Taste of Edmonton going on as well. But KDays has some great concerts. Today they have Peach Pit. Tomorrow they have Baby No Money. who's a Vancouver
Really?
artist. And then they're also going to have, I think, Whale and the Wolf on
we know
Sunday.
those guys.
Yes. And
Sharp Knife, baby.
Whale and the Wolf, by the way, is also playing Friday night at Taste of Edmonton too. So some great local products, but also some other acts coming into town, mainly going to KDays for that concert there tonight. Now, Trev, I was talking to you. You're fairly new to Edmonton. You've been here for a handful of years.
Yep.
But with Taste
Almost
of Edmonton, KDays, and Heritage Days ongoing right now, like, have you been to either or any of those events or festivals whatsoever in your time here in Yegg?
I haven't been to a single festival.
Really?
Yeah, man.
Really, Trev?
Yeah, it kind of breaks my heart.
It breaks my heart.
Because every single summer it goes by and I'm like, damn it. And then I'm like, I should have went. And then all winter I'm like, I'm going this year. And then guess what?
You don't.
I don't.
You don't find the
It's just
time,
been
whatever.
an ongoing thing for the last few years. So I will say, it's just kind of hasn't worked out. Like, I'm embarrassed to say it. It sucks. I want to go to KDays. I do. I want to go to some of the other festivals. I've kind of drawn a blank on their names, but I know when I was in college, there was one of my classmates said that Edmonton is known for their festivals in the summer. And I was like, what? And that's like a pretty serious thing in Edmonton during the summer. I'm like, no way. And I was like, oh, that's so cool. I'm actually moving there. And I still have yet to go to one. But
well, yeah, like your time gets consumed by so many other things. Biggest gripe that I have with Edmonton festivals is that Taste of Edmonton and KDays are happening at the same time. It's been like that for years. So it's kind of hard to get out there too. And Great Outdoors Comedy Festival is a new one that's been coming to town. That happened this past weekend, which I was...
it was canceled though.
I was there. Well, okay, one of the shows were canceled. Matt Rife was. The two shows that I arrived for, because they had an afternoon program for each of the days and then an evening program there as well. So I don't know. There was a lot of options there. But for me, if you were to go to any of them, I would say KDays is the best. Like, do you enjoy rides? Do you enjoy carnivals? What was it like in like Pincher Creek? Did you ever have like a Ferris wheel? You go up the top,
No.
take a date in junior high or anything like that? Nothing like that?
No, not in Pincher. We had a rodeo, the Pincher Creek Rodeo, which was cool. It's like you know what a rodeo is. Everyone, it's a country town. So, I went to that several times, watch good old barrel racing, some roping. They bring the kids out and they try to take down like a young calf and whatnot, some donkeys. It's pretty adorable. They only had the rides there 1 year, which was kind of weird, but I never went on any, but it was Tabor Corn Fest. Ooh. I gave it kind of a shout out on the morning show today, but that,
as you should,
was awesome. That was the thing. Small town kid. I looked forward to Tabor Corn Fest. That was the peak of my young childhood. I look forward to it so much. And every year it passed, I was already like, man, I cannot wait. That was the thing you look forward to. We had so many corn themed things, chili cook-offs that had to have corn in them. Who can husk the most corns in a minute? Who can eat the most amount of corn in like a 10-minute time period? And you get the whole town's kind of watching you eat all this corn. It kind of gets a little messy, but the Gravitron was my go-to, and the Zipper. Those were my favorite. I loved it. And there's a Ferris wheel.
Man, the Gravitron today, as I age, I don't know. I'm not old at all. I'm 22, but when I was 14 and 15, that was the one ride that I wanted to go on. The Gravitron 3000. It's a freaking UFO, right?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
And you sit and then you're dizzy when you leave. And that was one of the greatest feelings you'd ever get, because you look at everybody else and all their faces are like smushed. You can't even lift your head up. You just feel stuck and you're floating. It's amazing. Yeah. And the Zipper, though, I don't think I've seen that at KDays.
Okay.
I'm sure. I mean, they travel, right? So they use all the equipment in other places and things like that. But the Zipper has been one that I wanted to go on, and I didn't have the guts to, and I haven't seen it. I don't know if I just missed it at the KDays grounds because they changed up their layout just a tad bit, but
probably not. Yeah. I know it was like 5 years ago. I read that they stopped manufacturing parts for the Zipper.
It's a dangerous ride.
It is.
Like I've heard people who came off and their collarbones were all messed up. And,
yeah.
And you just get rattled around in a cage while swinging.
And that one's sometimes awesome. You can really get caught, like boom, and then if you pass out and you go forward, your head hits the cage. Yeah, it's pretty sketchy.
Yeah, but good thing they're getting rid of that one.
Yes.
That's a good one. The Fireball is another one. It's not there's two rides called Fireball. The one roller coaster that goes up and around, and it just plays Ring of Fire by Johnny Cash. The other one is sort of you're in specific units and pods, and you're each facing into a circle. Like it's like 4, 4, 4 in groups, and it's connected to this little arm that kind of pivots and it can spin. What? But then the machine itself tilts back and forth. So while you're spinning in the air, you're also moving up and down, kind of in a rowing motion. Like it gets the butterflies rolling for sure. But that's my go-to ride at KDays.
Damn. Okay. Yeah. Well, maybe and when's it done? This weekend?
It wraps up on Sunday.
Okay, I gotta go. Nasty, should I go?
$50 GA. You should.
Should I go, Nasties?
There's a lot of fun food too. They got like ketchup ice cream. They got like mustard ice cream. They have big deep fried pickles.
Fun food.
They
I guess it is fun, but it's probably gross.
Candy apple. You got cotton candy. You have venues and things inside the actual. You have inside the actual expo center.
What?
Also, we had Chris Sheets on, who is participating in the world's longest futsal game in an attempt to play 72 hours of futsal. Do you know what futsal is, Trev?
Yeah, I played it.
Yeah, indoor soccer essentially, right? A little bit smaller ball and things like that.
It's tough
to raise money for a great charity. That's going on right now too. Like tons of fun stuff.
Sweet.
Outside of the military's always there. Even when I was a little kid, you'd go talk to some of the people who worked in the army. They had tanks set up. They'd even have the weaponry, and that was always fun.
Yeah, that's
and cool. They had crash courses. You can get in the mud and roll around like a combat zone. Yeah, like an assault course. It's a great time, man. I got some great memories.
Is it embarrassing if I go by myself?
You can always come with me, Trev.
Tonight, third wheel.
I won't say no. You're putting me on the spot. You can come along. It's a great concert. What am I going to do if you show up, huh?
Yeah.
Can't do anything. I'd like you there.
I'll see what I can do. I'll see what I can do, Zach. No promises.
Okay. Well, so you ask me and then you tell me no promises, huh? This is why plans always get messed up when EST hosts and producers try and make something happen.
Yeah. Well, I'm not like Hernan. I'm not going to say, yes, I'm going, and then I'm going to leave you hanging.
Oof. He's not even here to defend himself.
I know. That's okay.
Well, EST afternoons coming up 1 to 3. Joaquin Gage and Hernan Salas and myself. I'll be going into the producer chair.
Yeah.
We're going to be talking lots of Elks. We have Britton Gray from 980 CJME out in Saskatchewan to tee up the game as well. So, tons of sports coverage today.
Sweet. Okay. Well, I wanted to get an update on that because I've never been, so that's great. I might actually go. I'll send you a text after.
Heritage Days is also next weekend.
So many
That's
festivals.
A 3-day event.
And
you just got to check it out.
Not enough days in the summer.
ExploreEdmonton.com/festivals.
That's where it's at. Okay, cool. Awesome. Yes. Let's get right to it. This is great. We threw out the question. I'll throw it out one more time. We'll get to what the listeners, the nasties, have sent in. I've been jotting down some really, really standout moments in the last decade. We'll definitely revisit those because some of these I kind of forgot about on. So I'm really happy that the nasties brought this up. But if you're just tuning in now, this is a blast of a past oil stream. We're looking back at some of your most favorite moments in the last decade. It could be personal. It could be, the team as a whole. Just let's make this fun. And we've got a lot of real good ones. So we'll get right to that. But I think we'll start with you, Koob, and then we'll go to me, and then you, and then me, and then you, and then me.
Okay, one for one. Yeah.
But we're starting at 3. We're starting at 3.
Oh, starting at 3.
Yes.
Okay, I'll give my honorable mention before we share number 1.
Perfect. Yes, let's get right into it.
I'm not sure if you had one of those. One that I always remember that I hold close to my heart when I think of Oilers and playoff runs is in 2017, first round, when the Oilers finally made it back to the postseason for the first time since 2006. So it was inaugural season at Rogers Place at home, specifically Game 2, April 22nd. Well, that's when that's when it ended, I think. I don't know. In 2017, April 2017, Zach Kassian, Game 2 against the Sharks, had one of the best shifts I've ever seen in hockey from a heavy hitter like him. He rolls out around the wall, lays one guy out in the corner, and then comes back up the far side wall from where the cameras are and absolutely plasters a guy right at the boards. And the Orange Crush at that moment going absolutely bonkers. And in that game, the Oilers ended up winning 2-0, but that's one of the biggest games that I remember. So that's in my number 3 spot. I'm sure you remember that moment as well, the Zach Kassian hit.
Oh.
Everyone was talking about it the next day, and I don't know. That's a thing of legend for me, to have a player like Kassian to make an impact and show up like that. Like, even he remembers that, right?
Yeah.
He was asked about that probably multiple times.
Oh, for
but
sure.
that's the most memorable moment from the Kassian days of the Oilers.
Yeah.
That was a great game. What do you remember about watching that one? Like, is that one that stands
awesome.
out to you when you look back on that
for sure.
2016-17 run?
Yeah, like this year, like still, I think you'll see that. I mean, I'll probably see that for the rest. We all will. I think that that video will make its rounds on social media for many years to come, because you said like that was just such a special playoffs. That was the first time in my lifetime as an Oilers fan. You know, I just die hard. I'm like, this is finally, I've heard my whole life growing up, like, what is it like in Edmonton? Like, I heard the fans are crazy. And I just remember that year, like sometimes falling asleep, not even joking. I would play the O Canada, where I feel bad. I forget the anthem singer at the time. The Nasties will know, but he lifts his arm, and then all the fans in the audience just start singing. So I remember like watching that to sleep almost every night. And so that was incredible season. And then highlighted by Zach Kassian in the playoffs that year. He was an absolute menace. He had the chops. What are they called? The mud chops?
The mutton chops?
Mutton chops,
Yep.
yeah. And he was rocking it. I loved the Orange Crush. And who was the play-by-play? He doesn't do it anymore for Hockey Night in Canada. I'm drawing a blank. Man, I really should know this as well. But his Zach, it just lives rent-free in my brain. Him just going out there, crashing and banging. And not only was he effective, physically, but man, he chipped in a few goals as well. He had a few breakaways. Like that was I think he'd even say like that was the best I've ever played.
You're thinking about Kevin Quinn?
No, it wasn't Kevin Quinn. No, Paul. Yeah. Penner's Pancakes has it. This is the anthem singer, Paul LaRue. I don't know if I'm. Yeah, Dave Randorf. That's who it is.
Yes,
Dave, he was my favorite
Randorf
play-by-play. Love his
Forsland?
voice. He was just absolutely, man, he was just tremendous. I miss that voice so much. I think because then he also said the Duck Hunter. That was that same year. So that was awesome. Yeah, I loved it. And he was just laying the body. It was Brendan Dillon. I remember he absolutely just crushed. And then, that's right there.
Yeah,
Brendan
I got
Dillon.
the video. Boom.
And man, looking back at the replay on that video, he got him pretty high.
He got him up in the head. That might be a penalty today.
Yeah. For sure.
Definitely his shoulder hit above the neckline. And then he laid out, it was Couture. That's what
Couture,
it was. It wasn't the same shift, but I remember
But it was within
sequence.
a minute, or a few minutes between hits there. He was awesome. Like that was great. Zach Kassian, a fan favorite. I remember when they got him for Scrivens, I was like, oh, this is kind of interesting. And it ended up, the Oilers definitely were happy with the return that they got in that trade. But just what he was able to do, well, that's not how you pronounce it. Yeah, I know it's not how I pronounce it. Baptized Big U, Paul something. Drawing a blank, whatever. But Lorio, maybe it was Lorio. I should know this probably. But Zach Kassian, that's a great one, Koob.
Yeah, that one.
Starting off with that, that's solid.
Absolutely phenomenal.
Solid.
I have that one embedded in my memory for sure. When I think of hockey and the first time back to the playoffs for the Oilers, I was 13 years old at the time, and that's really when I actually got into watching the Oilers religiously.
13, eh?
Yeah. I didn't watch hockey really at all when I was a kid because let's face it, they absolutely stunk. Okay.
Yeah,
I was a bit of a nerd. And I would just play video games. I'm like, why would I want to watch a losing product?
Yeah. It was tough, man.
It's tough to watch a losing product, but when you got Connor McDavid and Zach Hyman, like it's clobbering time, like the thing from Fantastic Four. It's pretty easy to get behind. Awesome. Lario? I'm still trying to pronounce it. Lario? I don't know. I don't know the name.
Okay, well, I'm going to move on to mine. This was wicked, and I don't think that, I think this will surprise a lot of nasties. I think they'll be like, oh, interesting take there. So this wasn't one particular moment. It was one big moment, and it was right around 25 games this moment. My number 3, I'm going to read this and then we'll get to some of the nasties, their favorite moments, but it had to have been, and I love this, man. Like, this was peak, like, diehard Oilers fan Trev in college, just loved what this team, they were on the up and up, and it was the Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, Leon Draisaitl, and Kyler Yamamoto line.
Ooh, if you that know, was you know. A good stretch of games, man.
It was, and I was able to pull some stats. I knew it was impressive, and
the dry line.
Yeah, the dry line, the dynamite line, they were calling it. It was just such a sick line. But over the course of 25 games together that season, the trio recorded the following individual stats. Kyler Yamamoto, he had 24 points, 11 goals, 15 assists in 25 games played. So that's Kyler Yamamoto. He came out there. He was absolutely just, he was on it from day one. And I remember his first game, he got called up. It was against the Rangers. He got an empty netter. That was, it was close to New Year's Eve. And this was also the season that COVID hit. So that line was separated. And then when they came back in the bubble, for whatever reason, Dave Tippett, I don't know why, he's just like, no, I'm not gonna put them back together. And then he did when they were on the brink of elimination with like 5 minutes left, and they generated like 4 chances. I swear, if you know, you know. But it was just an incredible line for. I got here 25 games together as they started. So that was Kyler Yamamoto. You look at him, like 24 points. He comes up in 25 games played. You're like, damn, like the Oilers actually might have a player here. And then you got Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, who was just unleashed. I remember him talking. He's like, yeah, I've never been able to play like this before. Like, it's just being on the wing. It allows me to play a little bit more offensively. He spoke real highly of playing on that line, but being on the wing, it was just exciting times because that was really the first line that Leon Draisaitl ever had as a centerman where it didn't involve Connor McDavid being on his line as well. So Nuge was able to rack up 13 goals, 20 assists, 33 points in 25 games played. Just incredible numbers there. And then, of course, Leon Draisaitl, this was his first Hart and only Hart. He had 17 goals, 27 assists, 44 points in 25 games played. In this stretch this was when Gaetan Haas, he had the penalty shot against Dave Riddick. I believe that was that goal. Or was it a shootout? I think it was a penalty shot. Also, the Texas hat trick with Leon Draisaitl, where he had, I think, 3 goals and 2 assists against the Predators. And that's really what started his dominance against the Predators. And then it just never left. But that was Leon Draisaitl. It's still to this day, has been one of the best lines that I've seen. They were just so dominant. And I remember finishing that season, well, how it did finish. It was Nugent. It was like in the last 2 months, I remember like scrolling, just, updating the stats. It was Nuge, Yamo, and Leon. They were like top 10 in scoring to finish that season.
They were one of the best lines in the NHL for that year. And it's the dynamite line, right? They weren't together for a very long time, but when they connected, they absolutely exploded. So I completely remember that one too. Like, it was like Yamamoto. I was like, man, I might need to buy a jersey from this guy, right? Like for Yamamoto, but it was just such a dynamic line. Like, every time they went out, you knew the work that they could put in. And that was really at the climax. Looking back though, and comparing all the lineups that, and partners that Draisaitl has played alongside, of course you have McDavid. Separating him from 97 on any line, that is still probably to this day the best line. When they were clicking at their max that Draisaitl has been a part. Like, they really found fire.
Not even close.
Fireworks completely every time they hopped over the boards together.
Yeah, like, really, if you've been, like, if, I don't know, I go back to 2 lines that Leon has had that didn't include McDavid, where he actually found pretty legit success. It was his second year. He was playing with Teddy Purcell, Taylor Hall, and Leon Draisaitl, and himself, obviously. But those were his wingers. It was Taylor Hall and Teddy Purcell, and that was the last year at Rexall Place. But I remember that. I was like, oh my gosh, this is a sign of the future. Like, this is great. Taylor Hall and Leon, they seem to have great chemistry. And then next year, Taylor Hall was traded. So we never got to see that. And then we had to wait 4 more years for this line to get, put together. And then that's it. He's had nothing really since, and it sucks.
Well, they've tried, Trev.
They've tried.
They've really tried with Draisaitl and his partners on the wing. But I'm sure he's doing just fine with whoever he gets to play. Hey, he's got Podkolzin now, right?
Yeah, it's
exactly.
not the same.
It's not the same. It doesn't bring that same drive and vibe.
Not even close.
You used to get back in the day. Okay, well, that's pretty good through our first few. So I'm going
to read some nasties first.
Sure,
if that's
sure,
okay.
yeah,
Then we'll dive into your second if that's okay. VR, this is great. Standing O for Connor Brown. How can you forget that? He finally got his first goal in how many games?
64 games with the Oilers.
Yes, nice. Great job. I remember I made a video right when that happened. I'm like, this is what hockey's all about. And it was beautiful, man. He was like, oh, okay, you know what? Maybe I will stick around because I just got a standing O. And you kind of wish that happened to Tobias Reeder. Never did. Riding the Pine, Connor undressing the Rangers. Of course, that was just unreal. What a great game that was. Jesse Puljujärvi, he started that season so strong. Riding the Pine also threw in there Cassian and Kachuk. Can't forget about that. Abutski, the Smith fight. Unreal. Just get you off your butt for sure in that one. And then Calvin Van Dasselaar, Pissy Leon. How can you forget about that? That's off the ice. I like that. That's good. We got Nolan from St. Albert. I was at the Rangers game. So the one where they brought in Kyler Yamamoto, New Year's Eve, 2019, and James Neal, he got a hat trick in that one.
Oh yeah. I remember watching that game too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was sitting on my buddy's couch watching that, and that was like quite the blowout.
Yeah,
that was a good game.
It was, yeah, because I remember the Oilers started strong. It was like 7-2, and then in the last 10 minutes, I think the Rangers scored 4 goals. It ended up being or maybe it was 3 goals, 7-5. I think it was. But Collingwood, Rob, Paul, Lorio. There we go. I think I got it there. I was at that game. Still gives me chills. There we go.
Yep, 7-5 finish December 31st, 2019.
Not bad,
3 goals from the Rangers in the third period. Their only other goal coming in the second. Oilers scored 3 goals in both the first and second period, rounding it out with 1 goal in the third. Artemi Panarin.
Yeah, he scored
4
in the
points. Yeah, 1 goal, 3 assists. James Neal, 4 points with the hat trick. Nuge with the apple basket? Is that what you call a trio of hat trick or
I've never heard that before.
The apple basket?
I'll say
I don't remember what it's called. 3 apples.
Yama with the empty netter.
Yes, and Clefbaum with a pair of assists.
The one that got away.
Mikko Koskinen in the starting
7-5. Are you impressed that I remember that? I impressed myself.
Yeah, well, that is pretty impressive, Trev.
Thank you.
And then Hendrik Lundqvist had to come in for good old Georgiev.
Yeah, Georgiev. Forgot about him.
Mm-hmm. That was a good day. I remember sitting there and I was screaming at the TV. Like, they're not going to let this happen, right? They're not going to let this comeback happen.
Yes.
They nearly did, but that's a great memory. Great game to be at, too. I love those high-scoring games. Oh, yeah. Really, who does it, though?
Yeah, no, they're the best. Right? They're the best. Okay, so, yeah, nasties. Keep them coming in the nasty chat. Obviously, keep the text coming as well. 780-218-9999. I do want to get to this quickly before we get to Zach's second favorite Oilers moment in the last decade. We're also in the Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen studio, brought to you by the new value menu at Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen, featuring 5-piece nuggets, fried pickles, mini chicken wrap, mini chicken sandwich, and blackened cauliflower, all for $4 plus tax. These are perfect snackable items that can round out your favorite Popeyes meal. Go stop at Popeyes today. If you're feeling hungry, that's the perfect place. Their buns, I love their buns, man. The best buns.
I gotta agree. Yeah, out of all the joints, man, that's a place. The chicken's good. I have a soft spot always though for the biscuit. Anytime I go there, always got to get the biscuit.
I know. One of my favorite people just walked in the room right now, Matawanek. Round of applause for Matawanek, guys. He keeps this thing running.
He wished
he's the brains behind EST. I love him.
He is. He does a lot around here. He wished me to have a very good show.
Oh yeah, he didn't wish me.
He did not wish you, Trev.
That's okay. Okay, cool. Let's keep this going. You having fun?
We are having a great show. Yeah.
I'm having fun too. I think we're doing really good, Maddie.
Right? We're doing really good, Maddie. Right? Yeah. It was like one of the first time I hosted. Asked him why he hired me, but
I know that was funny. So, what did you see in me? That's so funny. I can't believe
he was my very first guest.
Yeah, so good. Okay.
We've been through a few great moments. My third favorite moment was the Oilers getting by the Sharks in 2017, or that entire series.
Oh, yes.
Back to the playoffs for the first time since 2006 for that one. And Nasty did mention this, but my second favorite moment, February 1st, 2020, Talbot versus Smith at center ice. So Mike Smith of the Oilers and Cam Talbot of the Flames had the Brawl Battle of Alberta. And that was probably the best fight I've ever had the chance to see during my lifetime.
Peak, man.
Like that sparked the Battle of Alberta once again. Of course, they met in the playoffs. That was 2021?
Yep.
And that was a huge series as well. But for both goaltenders to hit free agency and sign with the opposing team in the same province, that was quite the sight to see. And when they right before, I mean, you know, we had to take a pause from all sports and really life a month later. So that was a big moment, man.
Was that not? Didn't the Oilers they
crushed
crushed them that game too, right? Like, if I'm not mistaken, it was all Oilers. I remember they started strong. Yamamoto, if I'm not mistaken, he got the first goal, and that was when he did this celly on the one leg. If you're listening on TuneIn, iHeart, or our audio players here at EST, I'm like kind of embracing. It looks like I'm about to give a hug. But he was like also on one skate, and he was like,
let's go. Yeah. Up to the sky. That was a huge game as well, as you mentioned. 49 shots for the Oilers, 8 of them going and hitting the twine. So an 8-3 finish.
Again, that was Leon Draisaitl. That was Ryan Nugent-Hopkins and Kyler Yamamoto at their peak, which was not really saying much.
Draisaitl, the first star in that game. Let's see here.
4 points,
4 assists. Yamamoto, goal and an assist. Gaetan Haas with the goal and an assist as well. McDavid with a pair of goals. But
bring me back.
Oh my gosh.
That's when like for me, like that was when Oilers hockey was like, yes, at its peak. Because that was like when I said earlier with the Kyler, Nuge and Draisaitl line. It just they seemed like everything was going their way, and it was just so fun. I thought. And then, sorry, I'm kind of taking it away from you right now, but just the Battle of Alberta, like in my lifetime, I hope it gets back to that, but I can confidently say now that was the best the Battle of Alberta had ever been in my lifetime. Not even close.
Yeah, because it's been mixed match, right? Like,
sorry.
For those not watching on YouTube, Trev was just getting excited trying to do his best MMA impression there with the fist boxing. But that game, the Oilers won 8 of 11 games too in a fiery one. But for the Battle of Alberta at that time, both of the teams in their, I guess, evolution for their roster, one was high, one was low, and they wouldn't really be up at the same point, right? Like one team was really good one season, the other one was you know, they both weren't that great. The Oilers had their decade of darkness and the Flames were really, you know, chugging along, but that spark, that was before the turtle moment, right? With Matthew Tkachuk.
That was in the same season, if I'm not mistaken. I was at Turtle Chuck game, which was pretty epic, but I'm pretty sure, and that one, I'm pretty sure Edmonton lost that one 9-5, if I'm not mistaken. Like that was also a very high score.
That was January 2020. So that was a month before.
Yeah. What was the score on that one? 9-5? 9-6? 9-4.
9-4. Let's see here.
I think it's 9-5.
You're good with those numbers. Hey, you're pretty good at guessing
like
that.
Big games.
January 11th. Okay, I want you to. Flames won that game 4-3. Maybe you're not that good.
No, that's not the right game. No.
That wasn't the Turtle Tkachuk moment.
No.
I'll find this here, but
it was. I remember being at that game because I was sitting by all these Flames fans, and they just kept getting up. They did not get up 4 times. They got up, and it was just pain. It was absolute pain. And then when the Oilers scored, I was like just. Triple H and all the Flames fans around me, like Degeneration X, suck it, you know?
Yeah. Well, it can't be 4-3.
No,
it does.
That's not.
I checked the summary. Yeah,
that's crazy, man.
Let me check the penalties. No penalties in this period. Maybe it doesn't list them properly, but that's what I don't know. But I remember that moment. No matter what the score was. Didn't even matter. You couldn't even say, "Oh, look at the board." But literally the next day, I'm sure fans were printing T-shirts.
Oh yeah,
right. That was the quickest thing that I've seen happen. Was the Turtle Tkachuk moment, and everyone hated him from that day on. Right?
Yeah,
that was really like nobody really cared about Matthew Tkachuk at that point. Is what it felt like because the Oilers missed him in the draft, and then he was doing well. And
there was a little bit of a Tkachuk Doughty beef. Like that's when that was pretty.
See, I don't remember the Doughty beef. I knew
that was pretty fun.
Tkachuk has always been, you know, kind of a pain in the ass, but that from that moment on is where I realized that Oilers fans really had a disdain for one Matthew Tkachuk.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is an unreal moment. So for me,
I love it, buddy. I love it. Great
Oilers
pick.
Sharks 2017. In that series, Zach Cassian, his huge game there in Game 2 and a 2-0 victory in 2017. And then February 1st, 2020, the Cam Talbot and Smith fight, as we remember a bit of Battle of Alberta memories as well.
Hell yeah, man. That's great.
I know there's not a lot of, I guess, memories in my short time.
No, that's okay,
really
man.
Watching the team as well, but
mine
the
are
ones that I love.
Yeah,
right here in the last 10 years.
Baptized Big U. 9-6 was the first game of the BOA, and I'm pretty sure that was when Turtle Chuck happened. I'm confident, but yeah, it doesn't matter. Okay. That was a great game though, even though the Oilers lost.
Yep.
That was your 2. I want to read this one from Troll. Leon's first 50-goal season. Last game's getting it versus the Flames. Yep, that was sick. I was bartending that night in good old Pincher Creek, and he scored it on the Flames. And I remember Ovi scored as well. He almost tied the Rocket that season, and unfortunately, he was just one under, if I'm not mistaken. But first 50-goal season, it was great. I never saw that before as an Oilers fan. I was like, yes, I finally got to see that. So my number 2, my second favorite moment in the last decade in Oilers for the Oilers would have to be, I've got right here. Where the heck did I put it there, Zach?
Ooh. Well, I mean, you use AI as an idea to, get some,
where is it?
I don't know, feelers, but I don't know, like the Stanley Cup's an easy one to do as well. Like, obviously a very vital moment. So I'm excited to see where you go for this.
Okay, this is terrific. Ready? Nasties, this one's for you. This again, just take me back to this moment. This was right up there. Oh, I love this. Oilers versus Kings, Game 7. It was a 2-0 win. Cody Ceci, he got the first goal in that game, and then Connor McDavid, he scored the second goal, assisted by Kyler Yamamoto. They outshot the LA Kings 42-28 in that game, and it was incredible, man. It was incredible. I was at the edge of my seat that whole entire game. I just remember just being so happy and just... I was full on like Oilers hardo. I still am, but like I damn near just shed a tear in that game because to me, I said it after, and I remember I uploaded a video for my very young YouTube channel at the time, and I just said like I think that'll go down, and I still am confident in saying this as that was peak Connor McDavid. Like that playoff run, what him and Leon were able to do, the points that they were able to rack up was insane. But just that game. I'm not even joking, man. Like, I want to, in 10 years' time, just look back at, maybe one day I'm going to have a kid and be like, you want to see how good Connor McDavid is? And I'll show them that game because he was excellent. I forget what Gretzky said, like his favorite or the best game he ever played. Some nasties probably will know this, but he was pretty, he talked about it quite a bit, but he didn't rack up the most points. And this isn't what McDavid did. He didn't rack up, I think it was just the one goal that he scored, but we all know the goal that he did score. Yamamoto flicked it up. He's skating, and it was a bobbly puck. He puts it down. He goes around the net. He gets hooked. The ref puts up his arm. Doesn't matter. Like literally the Kings players didn't even, they couldn't function there because McDavid was he had one goal on his mind, and that was to ultimately score, and he did so, the backhand. And then that was when, you just see Connor McDavid, like he scored that goal and he was just happy. And I just, take me back to that. Now Connor scores a goal, and it takes a lot for him to get that happy, but it was just a beautiful moment. And to me, like it was honestly a perfect game. Like he played every single shift. You were like, oh my God, whoa. Like, oh my God, whoa. He was just so incredible. So yeah, Oilers versus the Kings, Game 7, 2-0 win. Oh, that was one of the best moments of my life.
Wow. Well, I'm happy to hear that from you. Like that's a defensive performance against a defensive team. Yeah. I know there were the minimal amount of chances, but seeing Connor McDavid at that level kind of put on an extra step, an extra rung on that ladder where he can get up to another level to his game. That's kind of where I remember seeing that and sitting there and be like, this guy has the willpower and desire and, the chance to do anything that he really wants to on the ice, right? So him as a individual player can take it, as we've known for years, take the puck and change the game. But he really made a statement and said, no, I can actually do this and help propel my team. And seeing him celebrate that way, you could see just the hard work in that series alone, but also in that game, in that 2-0 victory that he said, I did it. Like I took that and did exactly what I thought I was going to do.
Absolutely,
right?
man.
So that was a beautiful moment, Trev. I remember watching that game too. Very fond.
He was perfect.
Dethroning the Kings.
Yeah. It was just awesome. It really, really was. So we got like 10 minutes. Man, this show has absolutely flown by. I hope you guys are enjoying this conversation. Yeah. I love it. I called it the blast from the past. I came up with that.
Yeah, that was very good, Trev. I've never heard that once before.
But yeah, we're having fun. And thanks to the nasties that have chimed in. I love what you guys have put in the nasty chat or text in. This was... good from McDiesel780. I'm still waiting for my favorite McDavid moment. I love it. I absolutely love it, buddy. Yeah, very well said.
More to come, yeah.
And Ibutsky, so many of Trev's memories involved Yamamoto. I'm noticing that too, weirdly enough. We've got one each left, and we've got a few minutes left in the program. So, Zach, get right to it. What is your favorite memory?
This one's a recent one.
Years.
November 14th, 2024. Connor McDavid reaches 1,000 points. This is my favorite memory because I was there live.
Yes, you were, buddy.
At the game. And I remember the day I was working, I think, here at EST. It was a weekday. It was a cold, stormy day. No, I don't know. But for the day of the week, like I just remember the not knowing if I was going to go to the game at all, because we knew that he was on the precipice of doing something absolutely amazing. And I thought, like, I'm going to hate myself forever if I don't end up going to that game. So Thursday, November 14th, 2024, I said, you know what? I'm going to buy a ticket. I think I did it while I was here at EST. And I'm like, you know what? I'm breaking down. I'm going to the game by myself. And I did just that. Got a seat in the nosebleeds. He became the 99th player in league history to achieve the mark, fourth to do it playing for the Oilers. He scored a goal. It was a cross crease. Remember that moment fondly against the Nashville Predators. 27 years old, the fourth fastest to get to 1,000 points, doing it in 659 games, 341 goals, 660 assists. I think those numbers are off. 340 goals. Only Wayne Gretzky did it faster, Mario Lemieux and Mike Bossy. So an unbelievable moment. He also helped wrap it up in overtime. Darnell Nurse behind the back pass to Darnell Nurse on the back door.
That's funny.
3-2 victory, Rogers Place. And it got really electric.
I love it, buddy.
Forgot to mention my honorable mention. It was the Connor Brown goal. Game 64 against the Capitals.
Nice.
Stuart Skinner absolutely robbed Alex Ovechkin a handful of times throughout the game. He did get on the score sheet with an assist. But even though McDavid reached 1,000 points on home ice, that was still not the loudest moment that I've witnessed in Oilers history. It was louder when Connor Brown scored his first goal as an Oiler.
Really?
And I stand by that. Yeah.
It
was louder.
Wow, man. That's
it really
crazy.
Was.
And
maybe I was lost in the moment.
That's so funny. And wasn't it just a greasy goal too? It just hit his like...
Yeah, it was
right?
It was to make it 7-2 in the third period, 9 minutes left in the game. And he just kind of rammed in toward the crease, literally a foot from the crease, maybe a foot in the crease, and it bounced off him. But I knew that moment that he got his first goal as an Oiler. So 2 great moments from 2 great Connors.
Perfect. I love it, buddy. That's great. Great moment for sure. And you were in there. You were in there for that. That's history. You were part of history. You know that, Zach?
Yeah, I did that. That was me. Yeah, I was there.
Oh, that's so funny. Okay, I love it, man. I love your top 3. That's a great top 3. My number 1, and this has been rattled off a few times by the nasties. I think I saw Big Uke chime in with this as well. Oilers versus the Flames 2022 playoffs. Just as a whole, that series, being a Southern Alberta kid, I was always outnumbered. Every bar I was at, it was majority Flames fans. I waited my whole life for that, man. I really, really did. And game 1, I'll never forget it. First shot, goal. A second shot, goal, if I'm not mistaken. And that ended up being just absolute barn burner. I think that means a lot of goals, right?
Yeah.
So that sucked. And the Flames, I remember like going into the playoffs that year, a good chunk of reporters, analysts, fans were like, oh no, they're winning the cup. They've got it. They've got everything. They're tough. They're fast. They're skilled. They got the goaltending. Markstrom, he led the league in shutouts that year. And then the Oilers are facing them. And you're just like, oh crap. Well, no. Connor and Leon, they had something to say about that. His OT winner in Game 5. I know Benny was a few weeks ago. He just has that call memorized. The Selly just again that lives rent free. Leon Draisaitl, Connor McDavid. It's just so sick. And then this is where it's just incredible. Like Leon Draisaitl, 17 points, 5 games played, 2 goals, 15 assists. Like 17 points in 5 games in the playoffs against that year's Calgary Flames
Was
team.
that the best single series performance by an NHL player?
I think he tied for assists, if I'm not mistaken. I think he tied franchise record. Maybe it was NHL record, but I know for sure it was assist he tied. And like that's crazy. Just 5 games. Like if he was clipping at that rate for 2 more, he would have smashed a record.
Yeah, he was up there. I mean, of course, Gretzky had 18 points, 4 goals, 14 assists in 6 games.
Like that's crazy. Like Leon Draisaitl on one foot is like some of the best hockey. Like I highlighted Connor McDavid against the Kings, but Leon that whole series. And to this day, my favorite goal ever scored was in Game 2 by Leon Draisaitl to kind of put the game away. He was a little bit on a breakaway. He does what Nuge usually does. He goes from right to left, and he just shot it low blocker. I guess it would have been posting in. And I was like, that was my favorite goal to this day that any Oilers ever scored. I love that goal. Nothing too flashy. I just love it.
No, that series was electric as a hockey fan, just sitting down and watching goals galore, because wasn't the first game like 9-3? There was a 9-6. Like there was some high scoring finishes. That really brought us back to the high scoring time, I guess, of the 80s.
Just goals,
because it wasn't
baby.
like a 3-2 finish every game. That was probably my favorite series ever, like sitting down and watching hockey. I remember where I was for Game 5 too, on the lake lot, sitting there. It was a great time.
Great time. Absolutely. Okay. It's time now for the numbers game. Zach, that was fun. You absolutely crushed it, buddy. When you bet with Play Alberta, you give back to Alberta. That's because it's the only app in the province that puts all revenue directly back into supporting programs and services that Albertans rely on every single day. So next time you place a wager on your favorite team, know that you're also making a difference across the province through Alberta's General Revenue Fund. Visit playalberta.ca/EST to learn more. That's playalberta.ca/EST. Must be 18 plus to play. If you gamble, make sure to use your game sense. Man, my reading's getting so good. I'm so happy with my reading.
Good. Yeah, that's the most important thing to get right as a sponsor reads, right?
Yeah, you're so funny. You're like the best hype man ever.
Yeah,
I could suck at something and you're like, wow, that's terrific, Trev.
You keep doing it.
Okay, over under this year. This is what I got. Just a quick one, nothing too crazy. Over under 1 month for the Oilers to get their first 3-game win streak this season.
Over a month. Yeah.
Really? That's a fair take.
Do you want me to give my take on it or rapid fire?
Oh yeah, rapid fire. Quick rapid fire. Okay. And then I'll let you tee up the show. EST afternoon.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Okay, go.
Oh, okay. 1 to 3 here at Edmonton Sports Talk. That's coming up. Stay tuned. Hernan Salas, Joaquin Gage. We will tee up the Elks Riders game, which goes tomorrow. Britton Gray from CJME hopping on the show. We got Hernan's World talking a little bit of WWE, and we'll go around the world of sports during Hernan's Noticias.
Perfect. You're the best at teeing up shows, man.
Thank you. Okay, what other numbers game? Was that it?
Oh, no, sorry. That was it.
Oh, okay.
That was it.
Over a month into the season for the Oilers to get a 3-game win streak. They always struggle out of the gates, and I'm not fully sold that a Mike Babcock will change things.
Fair.
There's some adjustments having to be done on the defensive end with Darnell Nurse coming out, so it'll take a bit for that to be buttoned down.
Right on. That's good.
Yeah, mid
Very well
July
thought
takes,
out.
hey?
Yeah, mid-July takes, baby.
Yeah.
I love it. Awesome. Okay, well, that was a great show, tremendous show. We all, both Zach and myself, just had the best shows probably ever. I had so much fun, and we hope you nasties listeners, whether you're on YouTube, TuneIn, iHeart, or Edmonton's audio players, we had a lot of fun. And it's the dog days of summer, so I hope you're okay with this kind of conversation, and get used to it, because there'll be a few more. We're just getting started. The dog days of summer. But
it up, Trev.
I want to say this one more time. time quickly. Wednesday, mark it on your calendars. Next week, July 29th, Dusty and I will be on location at Clearview Boston Pizza for an Oil Stream patio show. Wing Wednesday, baby. Hope to see you there. But that's it for today's edition of the Oil Stream, presented by Boston Pizza. For the best person I know, Matt Iwanek, for Zach Kubusch, I'm YouTube Trev. I will see you tomorrow on the Nielsen Show. The boys are back. Have a good one. Peace.